You're not going to believe this one. A little boy vanishes from a park, and he isn't found for more than 7 decades. 73 years. It sounds impossible, but here's what happened. Back in 1951, 2 young brothers were playing together in a local park in Oakland, California. The older one, Roger, was 10. His little brother, Louis, was just 6. They were having a normal day, minding their own business, until a woman showed up. She wore a green bandana and approached the boys with an offer: candy. She told Louis that she could take him to the store to get some. Louis, being 6, didn't see a reason to question it. He went with her. Roger followed at first, wanting candy too, but something about the situation felt off. After walking for a bit, Roger decided this wasn't right and turned back to tell their mom. Minutes later, their mother, who had only recently moved the family from Puerto Rico and didn't speak much English, rushed to the park. But by then, Louis and the woman were gone. She contacted the police, which wasn't easy due to the language barrier. But once she made herself understood, the authorities took it seriously. A search effort began right away. The military even helped. Local soldiers combed the area, and the Coast Guard searched the bay. The story made the local news. But no sign of Louis or the woman. Keep in mind, this was 1951. No Amber Alerts. No security cameras. No national database for missing children. All they had was Roger's account, and a description of the woman in the green bandana. Every day, Louis's mother went to the police station, hoping for any kind of update. At first, it was daily, then weekly, then just once a month. Eventually, she would walk into the station once a year silently, and the officers would just shake their heads, no news. Still, she never gave up. She kept a photo of Louis as a boy in her home, and carried a newspaper clipping about his disappearance in her wallet until the day she died. So what actually happened to Louis? We only know pieces of it. At some point after leaving the park, the woman boarded a plane with Louis. They flew from California to somewhere on the East Coast. Eventually, Louis was taken in by a couple who raised him as their own. He always knew he was adopted, but he had no idea he'd been taken. As far as he knew, this was just how life had started for him. Louis grew up with that adopted family. As an adult, he joined the Marines and served in Vietnam twice. After the war, he became a firefighter, got married, and raised children of his own. He lived a full, normal life, never knowing what really happened when he was 6. Meanwhile, across the country, his biological mother kept hoping. She continued visiting the police station once a year, asking about Louis. She held on to hope for 54 years, until she passed away in 2005 at the age of 92, still waiting for answers. It seemed like the story was over. Until 2020. That's when a woman named Aletta, who was 63 at the time, decided to take one of those home DNA kits. Just for fun. When her results came back, she was surprised to see a match, someone she didn't recognize. The results showed they shared 22% of their DNA, which usually points to a close relative, an uncle maybe. She sent the man a message through the site, but he never replied. So eventually, she moved on. Fast forward 4 years. One night, Aletta is watching a documentary that reminds her of that DNA mystery. She decides to do some digging and looks up the name of the man she matched with. She finds some photos and they stop her cold. She remembered stories from her family about an uncle who went missing when he was a little boy. Looking at the photos, she started to wonder, could this man be him? She compared his pictures to childhood photos of her missing uncle and started seeing strong similarities. So she contacted the police, told them the whole story and said, "I think this man might be the child who disappeared back in 1951. The police took it seriously. The case had never been officially closed. Soon, the FBI and the California Department of Justice got involved. Investigators tracked the man down. He was living on the East Coast. When agents reached out, they told him what they suspected, that he might actually be Louis, the boy who was taken from a park all those years ago. Louis was stunned. He had no idea he had been kidnapped. They asked him to take a DNA test to be sure. The results confirmed it, a match with Aletta and with other surviving family members. After 73 years, the mystery was finally solved. Louis booked a flight to California to meet the family he never knew he had.
A man reunited with his family 70 years after being abducted after he was found through a voluntary DNA swab test.
By then, most of the people in his family were strangers to him, people he'd never met or didn't remember. But there was one person he did remember, his older brother Roger. They reunited at last, and in this photo you can see the two of them together, Roger on the left, Louis on the right. As for the woman who took him, she was never identified. Louis was only 6 and can't recall many details. His adoptive parents have since passed away. After all this time, the chances of ever learning who was behind the abduction are slim. But one thing is certain. After 73 years, a missing child finally found his way home. And while he moved on miles away, his mother never stopped hoping. Even if she never saw him again, she never stopped believing. And in the end, she was right. If this story gave you chills, follow Story Factory for more real-life mysteries and miracles.